Aborigani. Aborigani. What's the news? You say Kujichagulia. Self-determination. Welcome to Miss D's warm-up Sunday extended for Kwanzaa. Today is Kujichagulia, self-determination. Today I'm just coming on for a quick few minutes to talk about our principle today for Kwanzaa, Kujichagulia, self-determination. And in my expression and working out today's principle, I am determined to continue to work on my YouTube channel, to learn more on the creator side, the editing, the keeping the videos up on a regular basis, and bringing crafting ideas to you all. So today, in that vein, what I'm doing is working on another journal. I finished the Kwanzaa cards for the grandchildren. They came out beautifully. You saw the almost completed Kwanzaa card yesterday on the live. Today, leftover materials looks like a journal to me. So as I'm wishing everybody a happy Kwanzaa season, I will be determined to turn these extra papers into a journal. But before I get to that, as I'm in the craft room and happy, I was playing around this morning with a paper bag, and I was watching a fellow YouTuber's video, and she was making a seed pack out of paper bags for the December Crafters Challenge. And I decided that I was going to try to make that seed pack out of paper bags. So for a warm-up today and expressing Kwanzaa and self-determination, I'm going to try to make one out of this piece of bag. Hello, Michael. How are you? Aborigani. You get to say Kujichagulia. Kujichagulia means self-determination. We have all the way up till the 31st that we will be celebrating Kwanzaa, and I am going to pop on and try to talk about the principles each day, even if just for a few minutes. So that's what I'm here doing today, and playing around because I am at the craft desk. I'm going to see if I can't make that seed pack out of this piece of paper bag. What I did was took a paper bag and cut the sides of the paper bag off and down. And I'm just going to probably sew with my sewing machine and turn this into a package. And maybe I'll make it a Kwanzaa pack. Make a Kujichagulia seed pack. Yeah, funny, Michael. You won't believe how many jokes the kids do around Kujichagulia. We have a banner hanging up in the living room where we gather. And one of my little grandkids, before we were doing quarantine, as you know, there's COVID in our house, so we're quarantining. So this Kwanzaa season, these little videos are the way that we're getting to gather. But when we were putting the banner up, my granddaughter was just, Kujichagulia, Kuji! And we laughed and played at her, playing with that name, but self-determination, Kujichagulia. It's Swahili. The words and principles of Kwanzaa are Swahili words. So that was quick and simple. That looks like a pack almost already to me. I think I'm going to snip the sides a little bit. Just playing with paper bags as I warm up to make that journal. I won't make you guys watch me make another journal. That seems to be the thing that I was into in the year 2021. was the journal making. I have fallen in love with that. And so I probably will do a live where I'm not really talking and just make that journal. So I have a video with me making a journal. So if you see a live up and Miss D's not talking, she's doing that for herself to record making a journal. I find going live in those videos being recorded really helpful. I think I'm going to sew around the edge a little bit and decorate that. Maybe I better put a couple decorations on before I go around the edge with the sewing machine, as I'll probably close it up. So I hadn't thought this all the way out, so we're going to create on the spot. So I turned the overhead light off and I put another light up that you're getting a glare of. So let's get cozy. Let's turn that light down too. Hope you can still see. It made it a little darker for me. I'm playing around with these lights. I'm going to get it together sooner or later. I'm self-determined to get the lighting in this room proper, because that is quite dark for me. I think I'm going to play with a little gold around the edges. I found myself at the end of the year in love with playing with paper bags. I have another craft I want to try this morning. It's just now, what is that? 12 o'clock, 12:05 here in Seattle. And I'm on vacation, as I have been for the last couple weeks, and on lockdown, quarantine. So I haven't too long just got up. Living large over here. Oh, thanks, Michael. Yeah, I almost had 3 cameras going this morning. I was playing with my iPhone. Everybody's saying that recording with that is real easy and fun. So I am playing around with the iPhone a little bit. See if I can make some videos with it. So yeah, you may see some pop-ups of things with Miss D that are just her playing around. I think a little gold around this edge would look good. And I said we're going to do a Kwanzaa principle on here. Kujichagulia. I should make 2 and do one for emoji and then do one for every day, huh? That could be fun. Yesterday was emoji, unity. And if you saw the little video snippet I did yesterday for emoji, I did that quick live to be in unity with you dear hearts. And then we did Zoom for a few hours with my mother, who's in New Jersey, 87 years old. And she called a summit meeting of her children. So we Zoomed with Mom yesterday. It was fun to see all my siblings. My mother, she was in great spirits. Still continuing to have testing about the neurological stuff that's come out in the blue. But her spirits were high yesterday. She was keeping grown kids in check. Oh, you in Florida? How's the weather in Florida, Michael? We have snow here. Like that. Trim around the edge up top too. You like snow or you dreamland because of snow, are you saying to me? For us, it's a treat too. We don't generally in Washington Seattle anyhow, get a lot of snow. So it's a treat to have this snow this time of year. Is really a treat. Although one of my daughters had went over the passes a few days before Christmas, and she ended up stuck over there due to the weather. Just talked to her a little while ago. She's coming down the passes now, but she's been stuck there for the last 3-4 days. 84 on Christmas. Oh my goodness. Now that's no fun. Need a white Christmas. I don't know how well that's picking up that in all this darkness. Let's see if I can give us some light without you having to see that lamp. Well, not shedding much light over here. I'll get it together. And then for Kwanzaa, oh, I said I was going to do 2. Let's do that real quick since I have another little piece already halfway cut out. Just even this up. Oh yeah, talking with a brush in my mouth. It's called Live Crafting with Miss D. Okay. So I'll do one for Kujichagulia and one for Emoja. That sounds fun. So the colors of Kwanzaa are red, black, and green. Little orange generally pops up. Like if you saw some keti cloth, you'll see some orange. And I'm a gold lover, so anytime I could sneak a little gold in, I do that. And this paper bag, just the feel of it and the color has really been ringing my bell. Okay. Give the basic same trim. Yeah, this is just a pop-up and it's not meant to be a long video. Just talk about the principle a little bit. Hope everybody in the community is celebrating Kwanzaa. And I was sharing with someone recently that Kwanzaa celebrations don't have to be really big and elaborate. You can just take a appointed time during the day and gather your family or friends, family and friends, each day and light the candles on the menorah. We start with Emoja, the black candle in the middle, and then we move to the left and light a red one. Today we lit a red one for, well, we haven't lit ours yet. It'll be later in the day. Light a red candle for Kujichagulia, self-determination. And just talk about the principle, how you utilized it during the year, how you plan to utilize it during the upcoming year. Help our children understand that these principles are not just for the Kwanzaa season, but for every day, the whole year long. I mean, unity, which was yesterday, Emoja, and today, Kujichagulia, self-determination, definitely can be used every day of the year. All the principles, generally. And then that last day of Kwanzaa, that's when you have your feast. and the exchanging of the zawadi, the gifts. My two older granddaughters really wanted Kwanzaa to be represented this year, and they happen to be the two that's dealing with COVID. So we weren't able to do a full Kwanzaa celebration. So I'm trying to bring it to them each day in a small way. They received those cards yesterday that I had been working on. Okay, cool. That looks good. And today, I'll find a way to set something by their bedroom doors so they can work out self-determination. Hopefully theirs is to get well. Yeah, third mouth, the hand, right? Right? Oh, thank you, Michael. You're so sweet. Trying to be my favorite deer heart, huh? Okay, now let's decorate that just a touch more. Putting the principal on would be nice. Let's see if I can come up with a fast way to decorate it. I had the principals all printed out, but I think I had almost stored them away. But I think pulling them out and putting it here would be great. Let me see if I can put my fingers on that real fast. Some images for the book. Let me see. This is cheating, but it's quick. Oh no, I don't have to do that. Here we go. So this is a picture of the front of one of the cards from yesterday, just the outside. And I'm going to just cut out the principal. I'm going to try to do this a little quick. This looks like it's going to be a full-blown Miss D thing. But I'm in the craft room in heaven. I decided to take this whole last week of my vacation and just do what I do. Enjoy the craft room and enjoy just creating. Let's back that on some pretty paper. Just straightening it out a little bit. And I'm thinking maybe here. That's too expected. Maybe down here. Get a little collage going maybe. Yeah, thank you, Michael. Yeah, the girls are doing well. It's crazy that they had. Well, one of them has COVID. The other one has to quarantine because they're like close cousins, kissing cousins, as Patty Duke days. They're the Bopsy twins, but cousins, first cousins, and so they had been together a lot. So it required the one cousin to have to quarantine because they were together. It was a beautiful thing that they went to get tested because they want to go out in the public. They want to go skating, and here in Washington to do those kind of public gatherings, you have to prove that you don't have COVID or show your record of a shot. So they were rapid testing and found out that the one had tested positive, but she has no symptoms. So without that rapid testing that they did, we would have not known. I'm just going to take some of this pretty paper and use it as a little background. So in a way, it was a blessing that the kids wanted to get out. We got to find out that the one positive tested grandchild lives with me. So COVID was in the house, and I wouldn't have known. I'm seeing this going in the middle here. You see, my creative juices have just started flowing. And it generally will make me craft longer than I expect, because this is a love of mine. Very relaxing. Oh, I'm loving that. I'm feeling it. So we'll stick that one there. And I'm freehand cutting. I'm not using a cutting tool or measuring. Crafting from the soul is what I do. And feeling that. And a little finger painting, because that's what I do too. Yeah, thank God that it is not as strong. Now I'm seeing a theme. I don't want to cover it the exact same way, but using this same paper, I think can tie these together. And then at the end of the Kwanzaa season, to have the 7 principles represented with these little pockets or bags will be so precious. I'm feeling this. I know a lot of the dear hearts are working or didn't expect me to be on, so I really wasn't expecting anybody to be here. Was just gonna craft. It's good to see you, Michael. You're always such good company. Are you working today? Working from home? I'm feeling that. We are cooking with Crisco now, dear hearts. I'm going to pull this sewing machine out. Yep, I have my coffee. Hard to catch Miss D without it, right? I'm just going to reach over here to the sewing machine, and I'm going to first let me ink that a little bit. And then I'm just going to sew this tag to here and sew around these pockets. Let's move the book a minute. I've been doing the live so long, I was struggling to think about doing a regular video to make the book where I didn't have to go live. And then I could play around with some editing, and I still may do that since this live ended up a little bit longer. I'm in the office this afternoon, which is my home. Nice. Yes, I love it. I just recently was granted the privilege, when I do go back to work remotely permanently. So I have created an office space here too, and love it. The idea of it. So we're going to call that a blessing of COVID. You know, one of my goals and dreams is to buy a piece of land out in the countryside and live a lot simpler. I'm in the city now. I'm right here in West Seattle. I can see downtown right out my window. And I want to live a little further out in the country. So working remotely helps me to be able to achieve that goal. I don't like that right there. Ooh, that was a slip of the inking. Little Jessup will clean that up if I can put my finger on it. There it is. And just gonna clean it up just a drop. I like to ink, but I don't like too much grunge. It's the worst brush I could have picked up. All right, I'm gonna get this a little snap together. Oh, did I put my head in the camera? I'm sorry. Okay, that cleans that up. Yeah, not too much grunge. All right. I think I'll make things simple on myself and just glue that right there. I like this print. All this brown looks really good together. The glue's being difficult. There we go. Yeah, the sun is shining today, so we may lose all that snow we got. It didn't get very warm last night. Hopefully it warms up today and we get rid of some of this snow and get my daughter off the mountain. Who goes to the mountain in the middle of the winter? My daughter and her fiance. Well, listen at me. He likes those winter activities, the snowboarding, and I don't know if he skis, but the snowboarding and things like that. So I guess a lot of people go to the mountains in the middle of the winter. Just not me. It was good to see the snow, and it'll be good to see it go, far as I'm concerned. There's a lot of snow for Seattle. You know, we don't get a lot of snow generally, but you know, things have changed. They say global warming. I'm gonna say it's something. I was talking with my brothers and sisters in New Jersey, and they were telling me it was something like 65, 68 degrees. They were outside in their backyards. I'm like, really? With the sun shining they had, and we had all that snow. So it's like a reversal of weather, because generally the winter time they have all the snow and cold. Just looking for placement. Kujichagulia. Let's put you right there. Not gonna put too much glue because I am gonna sew on this, and I don't want to get my needle too gummed up in case I decide to sew around that too. And I'm thinking about a little closure for up here. We'll see how it acts after we sew it. Cute. And then I want to glue this one all the way down. I think I can do mostly sewing around this one. So I'm just going to glue the center after I get it placed the way I want it placed. Out there. Yeah, I have heard of the Berkshires. Nice. Oh, this is turning out so cute. They called theirs, it was 49 Dragons and her Decemberama, where I saw them working with the seed packs. That challenge is over, but I'm still watching the videos because those are two talented women here on YouTube. And I just wanted to do the challenge. Not the whole challenge, but the things I saw. They were being creative on a few things. Just putting the finger punches in here. Okay. And that's emoja. Let's straighten that out. There we go. And ink around the edges a little bit. I know why I put this inking pad down. This is for, this inking sponge. This is for when I'm really doing grunge work. It's a little delicate. Every now and then it goes too far. Nice. Okay. And let's glue that and trim it. Yeah, there's some beautiful parts over there on the East Coast. I laugh with my mom a lot because growing up in New Jersey, I used to say, is the ugliest state, right? My mother did not appreciate that because once I got here to Washington, I just like, oh my God, Mom, it's the most beautiful place in the world. I think I want to do a little more than that. That kind of blends in too tough. Maybe a little black. And so she went about starting to show me the beauty of Jersey and surrounding states. I have another little piece of paper bag I think I'm going to put behind here. Love the edges when I can get those. On I love that, but that might not work so much for your girl today. I'm gonna do it. Little off balance the way that looks, but I'm supposed to be working outside of my comfort zone, so that's really outside. I like things to kind of be balanced, but I love that edge right there, so I'm gonna work with it. Yeah, there are some places that are beautiful in Jersey. Not as many as Washington, but for my mother's sake, I do say there are some spots. There are some spots. Oh, she was done with me. You grew up here. How you going to be talking about it's ugly? I had once said it was flat. It is not flat, she says. And she was right. She has taken me to some places where we can get a little contour in the land. She's a Philly girl. She grew up in Philadelphia, but when she met my father, they moved to Jersey, and she loves the country. So she don't let you talk about her New Jersey. Okay. That might not have given me as much contrast as I was looking for, but I like it. Oh, whatever. Sometimes you do. Yes, you do, dear heart, Michael. Now, Kwanzaa is a very earthy feeling holiday for me, so I'm not going to bling that up. We're going to call that gold the thing that blings it up. I'm going to trim around the edges real fast, so forgive the noise and me looking away, but I'm going to do that really fast. Just sew around the edges. I used to sew clothes a lot when I was younger, when I lived in New Jersey. So sewing is one of my favorite things to do. Don't sew as much here in Washington. The fabric is really crazy priced. I mean, one of the reasons I sewed in Jersey was I could make the clothes less expensive than purchasing it. But here, the fabric being so pricey, it's almost cheaper to just go ahead and buy something. So my learning to sew paper has been a blessing. Turning out pretty nice. Although, I think I'm gonna flip the other one. I don't know what I did. That my stitches are the top, the bottom stitches are on the top. It's just like the world. Everything's flipped upside down. Can you see that? I love it. Just that little detail makes a big difference. Do I want to sew around there? I'm going to do that. This is how I get carried away. And why I don't usually record me crafting, because I go all in. And the video would be too long. Although some people have said they would like to see the whole process of a time of me crafting, not just warming up. I'll see how real that is when I make an extra long video. Of me just crafting. There we go. Yeah, it's a little darker in here with the lighting, but with my glass mat, which I love, my Tim Hope mat, that glare, I don't like you guys having to watch it. And so I turned the light off. So it's good for you, but not so good for Miss D. You have 3 machines. Oh, wow. Nice. Oh, that's right. You work with leather, right? Okay. Oh, no, 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 you don't. I think I'm going to put a zigzag across the top of that. It's also a part of crafting, my crafting anyway, is to trying to find a nice stitch. Just keep going. I didn't like the way that looked. I'm fighting this sewing machine today. All my stitches are on the inside, the pattern, instead of the outside. Yes, 2 older singers are for the leather. Nice. That sounds like fun crafting, Michael. Still not liking that, but I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone and go ahead and I think I'm gonna just glue the sides, because I may end up taking that out. So I'm gonna just glue that closed right here on the edge. And I would be playing around all this time on emoji instead of Kujichagulia, but so I can't end the video until I do that, because today is self-determination. I'm determined to get my principle of the day done. Still not feeling that. It's the my zigzag is on the inside instead of the out. But I'm going to let that go. And continue on. Well, I have a fun little ornament that I've made. Oh my God. A 1949 machine. Nice. Wow, Michael, that's nice. Okay, Kujichagulia, let's stitch you up. Oh wow, I got excited on that, Michael. I like older machines. You know, I'm not professional seamstress or anything like that, but the machines are so fascinating and so interesting to me. And older machines, you know, when I started on an older machine. Me and this machine's gonna have a fight today. We're gonna fight, little singer. um, I love the older machines, the way they look and the way they move. So cool. And I started with an old machine because my parents didn't know if I was going to keep up with the hobby or what. So they bought me a second-hand little old machine that became my love. Wow, Mike. Oh, you distracted me. You distracted me with that. I was dreaming of sewing machines. Okay. I like that. And I'm just gonna try something out here. Now I'm playing around. Self-determination says do it until you get happy. So I'm gonna make myself happy. And see if it works out. I'm gonna change that stitch too and see if that makes me happy. Okay, here we go. Almost made me happy, but not quite. But I ain't as mad. I ain't as mad. All right. All right. That's cool. That's cool. That's my phone dinging because I have it right next to the video camera, so forgive me for that. I thought I was going to record on it. All right, Kujichagulia. How long is this? 48 minutes. I feel like I want to make a closure. And since I'm at it, I may as well go for it. I like that. I like that. So let's glue this one. Oh, there was something else she did with that seed pack that was really interesting. I'll probably be playing around. Like I said, I'm taking this vacation. I'm just going to craft my little heart out. So I probably will make that other pack with the window in it. And maybe on Warm Up Sunday, I'll show it. Cute. And cute. Now, I can make 2 or 3 different kinds of closures. Let me think about which way will look good. Oh, I know what I did want to do. I want to take this string and make fake jewelry for it. I got paint all over my hands. Dear hearts, forgive me. But you know I'm a finger painter. I would love to see some of your leather workings, Michael. Maybe send me a pic or post it on my Facebook, or if you really want to share, you can just let me know in one of the comments and I'll send you my email address. And then if you don't want it to be public, you can send it to me directly. Would love to see it. I bet you're so creative. Okay. I got those paper clips training this paper to lay down until I figure out, do I want to put magnets in there, or if I want to build a closure. But while I'm thinking about that, I got one other thing I do want to do. My good old friend cardboard. And I should make a few of these. I made, on the card I made for my granddaughters, I made cardboard cowrie shells that came out so cute. Thanks, Michael, at Gmail. Okay. Would love to see your work. So I'm getting a little carried away here. I hope you're working and looking, because I haven't seemed to stop, and my mind is on full-blown go for it, girl. So now I'm going to make some little cowrie shells to decorate. I made these for the cards I gave to the girls, and I love the way they came out. So I just took a piece of cardboard about this side, forgive my nails like I said, and I cut out the shape of a cowrie shell. And if you remember, the cowrie shells were a long time ago used as money, and a lot of my ancestors that were caught up in slavery and all that saved cowrie shells, were purchased by cowrie shells, and so they're that little white shell that you see in a lot of African garments. I'm gonna see if I have any just laying around. No, ooh, but I see some pearls. Ooh. See, here's how you get caught up in the craft room. Look at that. Kujichagulia, self-determination, and make this thing beautiful. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like that. How about you, Emoji? You want some too? Oh, sorry about that. Crafting all over the place. Look at that. That's beautiful. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay. Easily distracted, can you tell? Went in there to find you a cowrie shell and came out with something else. I'm going to leave those out because I am playing in the craft room today. It's funny that I don't have a cowrie shell just laying around. That's something I always have laying around. That just means I used a lot. Have to replenish. Alright, so I'll just have to show you right here. So I'm gonna take a little gesso with this funky brush that I should have put away. Get me a base coat of white. How bad do my fingers look with that paint on it in the camera? I wasn't even looking to see how bad that looks. Should I have stopped and got up and washed my hands? That don't sound like a Miss D thing. In the craft room? Nah, we know our hands are going to get dirty. Yeah, it is a shame. We still have it, and you know, human nature, we may have it for all eternity in some people, but I think we're gonna progress to the point where we recognize that we are all one people from one race called the human race, and it'll work out. At least that's my dream, you know. They say I wear rose-colored glasses, and I'm okay with it. I love making these little cowrie shells. I just was playing around with those cards the other day I was making, and I guess I should have remembered that I couldn't find a cowrie shell and ended up making some. I need to replenish my cowrie shells. But I do like making these. Thank you for hanging out, dear heart Michael. This has been a relaxing, fun time. What a way to get started. I'll think of you as I'm making that book. Yeah, down south, Michael, I hear you. Yes. It's on that whole coast. The East Coast is a whole lot different than the West Coast, you know. Out here is not the same thing as it is over there. That's been one of the blessings of being here. I'm cut one more tiny one, or two more tiny ones. Let's see if I can cut two at once. Kind of want these small. I don't seem to do anything small. That's not my style. I guess I should be in Texas. Okay, that's a good size. And that's the beauty of natural cowrie shells. They come in all shapes and sizes. Well, not all shapes. They pretty much have the same shape, but sizes. This is gesso I'm putting on here, and I end up putting a coat of white paint when I get done. But the gesso gives it some texture, and I love texture. And I'm trying to make it look natural, so the roughed up look works, so I don't have to be really neat with this. I am trying to cover up the edges though, and that sometimes take a couple layers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the West is the place for me. When I got here, I felt like this was naturally home for me, my personal paradise. And the people are more my temperament, you know. East Coast fast living, hard living. Just really isn't me. This go with the flow, kind of laid back living that Washington State for sure has, Seattle particularly has, is more my style. I can't wait to hopefully purchase me a little piece of land and get up in the countryside or the mountainside and do some living out there. Oh, that'd be the best of both worlds. Okay. I'm going to stop there because I can make those all play around with that all day. Let's put you in some water this time. And clean my fingers off just a little bit. Act like I got company. No pain on the toes, Michael. Okay. Now we'll put these over here because I'm going to play with these babies. When I turn this camera off, we're going to have a good time. Okay. Just a little bit of that off. Okay, we can't let my OCD catch up to me. I'll be cleaning this mat before I get done. I was doing good. I saw it, but didn't mess with it. That's the fun of I have all day to just be in the craft room and craft my style. And I'm in that vacation state of mind. So it's making this being on quarantine okay with Miss D. Just me free time in the craft room. Yeah, I can get a little anal about stuff like that. I don't know how I'm a crafter and don't like clutter. It's a lot of clutter behind me on that craft board, and I do mentally struggle with that a little bit, but I've been talking myself into, okay, it's part of the crafting. It's part of the crafting. Deal with it. All right. The cowrie shells just need one little vein of black. I thought I had my black out. Don't want to open up a bottle of paint if I don't have to. But I know it's running low yesterday, so I might have tossed that bottle. Take a quick look. Oh, let's do this. This is earthy. This is some raw umber. Very earthy color, which can be nice. It'll go with that brown a little bit better. And that line in the middle of the cowrie shell is never perfect, so there's no messing it up. It's just where the shell splits. I like that. We working with that. We working with that. Kind of like that raw umber. Okay. Let me get ready to wrap this up. Oh, that's an hour and 5 minutes. Yeah. So let's get these things finished up. I need my little tweezers. Ooh wee. I see you, Michael. Haven't quite decided what I'm gonna do about a closure, so I'm gonna leave it like that for now, because I'm thinking I want to play with magnets a little bit. Kujichagulia, self-determination. Be about setting goals and plans for yourself, and determined, intentional about getting them, reaching them. Get out my little brush. Oh, to make the cowrie shells? Okay, let's see. Did I get that even? Let's see. Pretty decent, pretty decent. Okay. Now, one thing I do want to do before I go, I left the string hanging. And I'm going to leave these matte like this until they fully dry, and then I'll probably go over it with a little bit of Mod Podge and get that final shine. But for right now, this gets a little tricky. This gets a little tricky. And I want it to hang a little bit. And because this is delicate, I don't want it too big, so I'm just gonna take a, ooh, I like that, a bit of a cardstock maybe, or thicker white paper. The band of this index card will work. And with my small punch, and I probably should have left that on there before I tried to punch this. Let's see. Okay. Can I get lucky and do two? Alright. Make it easy on myself. I just take these little small circles. Am I still in the screen? Yeah. Put a dot of glue. On the back. I let that set and then I'll trim that. Trim the strings. Gotta fix something. Little anal, just a little. Oh, that looks good. And Kujichagulia. Now that string is really thin. It's the last one I'll do. Put a little knot in it to give it something to bite onto. Oh, thank you, Michael. Let's use a thin one. I actually like the shape of this one. Where's my little dot? Ooh. Okay. A D thing. Lost that little dot. It's alright. Just fun in the craft room now. You can add as many cowrie shells as you like. You get to be creative with that. That's looking so cute. Okay. Snip that end of the string. And Kujichagulia. The decorating is the fun part. So there go my pocket, seed pack, envelope, whatever. Look at that. There it is. Whatever you desire to turn that into is my offering for day 2 of Kwanzaa. My creative expression. Let me turn that. Well, maybe it's not upside down for you. Kujichagulia, self-determination. And emoja, unity. And we seem to have talked about both principles today. There's my offering for today. Thanks for hanging out, dear heart Michael. And thank you all for tuning in. Aboragani, Kujichagulia.